Okay guys, we just wanted to put a bit of a video together. We started out back in 2015 doing R&D on our coil conversion, wanting to design a bolt-in system rather than having to weld to your chassis, go through all that drama of certified welders and engineering process, etc., to be able to convert the 70 series Land Cruiser from leaf to coil. So we put a patent application in for that back in 2015, and finally we have it. So our patent has been fully approved. Took a while, but that's unfortunately the process for patents. So we now have a fully patented bolt-in system. So JMACX actually now has the patented rights to a bolt-in coil conversion cradle. So interesting fact on our coil conversion is it basically has barely changed since the day we started. Couple of small tweaks, running bigger coils because we've gone from, you know, small GVMs and standard fitment into larger GVMs up to 4.2 tons. So making a little bit more room for larger coils and some slight tweaks, but basically the system has not changed. Obviously these systems go into the troop carrier, the wagon, the 76 wagon, the 79 series single and dual cab. We also do a variant for that 71 series two-door over in the UAE and places like that. But an interesting fact, and I see it on social media from time to time where people are skeptical about a bolt-in system, about corrosion or about the bolts, having to check the bolts or bolts coming loose. Interesting fact, we're heading up to the realms of 1,000 of these in the industry and used in the worst conditions around the world. We do these for armoured vehicles as well, over 4.5 ton on armoured vehicles, and we have them everywhere. And the few that we've pulled out and had a bit of a look at, they're, after being correctly fitted as per our instruction, there is not one skerrick of corrosion, rust. Basically the chassis are like brand new when we remove these out of a car. We had a guy in there last week who's one of our number 2 conversion in there. He's done over 190,000 Ks. You know, we've never touched a bolt. So once these are fitted, the engineering design that we did was that you'd never had to check a bolt on these. And to date, we have never ever touched a bolt on our cradle system mounting to the chassis. The engineering design on the different access of bolts going through it, also to the fact that they're held in with taper locks, all that sort of stuff has been 100% effective, and we've never had an issue. So the theory behind welding, because obviously we do welded chassis stuff as well when we're heading up into those 4.5 ton 6x6 situations, whilst they're great, there's no reason to say a weld-in is better than a bolt-in. It's just not there. The reality of it is we go weld-in on the 4.5 ton because we create a bigger chassis in total of it. The other one is, people often talk about, stiffening a chassis up. The problem you've got is you can over stiffen a chassis. So stronger is not always better. When you get to a point where you have no flex, then you have chassis issues. So what you've got to be cautious of, and as we've done in our design, is that you only do as much work required to do what you need without over stiffening something. So, a bolt-in version, staggered design, just like what we do here. Zero issues when it comes to bolting in a cradle. And I think that's, it's something that is a misconception or marketed by companies as, bolt in, watch out, bolts will fall out, bolts will come loose, rust, corrosion. It's not the case. The bottom line is our patented design is 100% effective when it comes to a structural frame being bolted to a car. So, Australian design and manufacture is what we do. It's taken us a while, but our patent is finally done and dusted, and we can move on.